We've coined our values around the acronym PICTURE, where we're saying we should be professional, we should serve you with integrity, we should be creative and innovative, of course teamwork, you saw it here, we should be unified in purpose, but most importantly, there should be respect and dignity under effective corporate governance. Now, I must agree that in the last couple of years, we had failed on some of these values. Some of our staff had failed on some of these values. And some of our staff were asking some of you to pay money, to pay commission, to get a service, to get a loan from the bank. That is not equity. That's not the reason we exist. I know that some of you, our customers, have come in and said, I liked Peter so much, he served me very well. But even the money I was giving him and paying for the services he's doing for me, I was doing out of will. No. Please, do not pay for a service, because the reason we exist is to work with you to transform your business. So we're changing that. And that's the reason why we had to let go. We had to take a bold step to say no. Anybody who took a bribe from a customer to provide a loan doesn't deserve to be part of Equity Bank. That is not the equity we're building. That's not the bank we want. That's not the bank we want. We want staff who are living our values, staff who are professional, staff whose integrity is unquestionable, staff who are creative, staff who want to work together, work with you, but most simply respect you. Why not pick a phone call for a customer? Why do you refuse to pick a phone call? Why don't you respond to a phone? Why? These are questions we challenge ourselves internally, that we cannot claim to transform people's lives if we cannot respond to our customers. So the values that we're committing to are values that we are driving, and that's a new equity that you will experience. I would like this business forum to be a different business forum. One where we're making a promise to you that we will be different. We will work with you. We shall work with you and build your business together. Tujja kupanga business yo. Tujja kwegata nawe tupange business yo. Panga business yo nga nafe tupanga business yafe. That's what we need. That's what we need. And that's the reason we exist. I hope, and by the time I end today's presentation, I'll be showing you what happens when when one of our staff asks you for a bribe, when one of our staff takes long to respond to you, when one of our staff makes it complicated for you to get a loan, when one of our staff doesn't want to release a title to you after you've settled your loan. Where do you go? What do you do? We'll provide the numbers for you so you'll be able to contact. We want to create a bank that works with you, builds your business, so that we can transform your business, because we believe when you transform your business, we transform people's lives because you touch many people. So that's where we're going, and that's a bank, that's the Equity Bank we're promising you. That's the Equity Bank that we're promising you. But if you look at us as a group, and perhaps just to understand, when I told you that equity is different, today we are perhaps one of the few banks, if any, that runs a three-tiered model. Our model has the economic value, which is the core bank, banking, commercial activity where we make money. But then also our social engine, which runs a foundation, is very strong. Today, we have customers who cannot access credit because they don't have security or they don't have financial knowledge. Our social engine has the capacity and partners to work with our customers and give them financial literacy. But we also have guarantees from partners that are able to provide security for you when you're not able to, so you can access credit. And all that is done by our social engine. In Uganda, we have 50 branches here in Uganda. And I can probably say that we are literally in every town that is, I want to be very careful, that's very significant. So any town that is growing fast, you'll find Equity Bank there. If you don't find a physical branch of Equity Bank in any of those places, you'll find an agent, an Equiduka. Today, we have the biggest and widest agent network in the market. Nobody beats us when it comes to agents. Nobody beats us when it comes to our pay with equity merchants. We have almost 47,000 merchants. Some of you and most of you are also our agents and you're also our merchants, and for that we appreciate you. Not only are you our customer on one side, you're also our customer, you're also our agent in distribution, and therefore we are partners in business. If it comes to distribution, nobody beats Equity Bank. I've told you, you can bank with our agents, you can bank with in our point of sale, or we are rolling out our pay with equity. In the next 2 weeks, you'll see us launching out massively our pay with equity, which is equivalent to almost Momo Pay, almost similar to that. You'll see us launching that. I'm also happy to inform you that we've launched a new internet banking solution. I don't know if any of you in this room has used it, but if you haven't, I know that our team will reach out to you in the next 2 to 3 weeks, selling to you our new internet banking solution. So on top of the mobile banking solution you're using today, we've replaced the internet banking solution with EasyBiz, which you had, with a new one which is faster, which is more modern, which is more agile. That banking solution, I would really encourage you to register and have your businesses on the new internet banking solution. Because on the new internet banking solution, you can do everything. You don't need to come to the bank anymore. You don't have to. You can do a lot of things. You can liquidate float. There's a lot you can do with the new internet banking solution that we've just rolled out. So I really encourage you to please go for it. We'll also be expanding, like I've told you. We've invested heavily in technology for our pay with equity. We've revamped it, and we'll also be rolling out on that. So the idea is that we would like to have equity close to you so that you don't spend time moving to look for a branch, but rather you can do your banking anywhere close to you. And that's a muscle that we have. And I think there are very few banks that have the infrastructure and the muscle that Equity Bank has. You may not know that Equity Bank as a group, if you go to the next slide, Equity Bank as a group today, if we combine our entire balance sheets as Equity Bank Group, we are a $15 billion business. We are a $15 billion business. In Uganda alone, we are a $1 billion business. Now, we cannot be that size if it wasn't for you. And that's why I was very, very impressed when I walked into this room and I saw this room full. You may not understand why are we doing some of these things. We've invested in new technology and built a new data center, which we are launching in 2 months' time. Do you know that few banks can process close to 1 million transactions a day? For you to have a computer to process debit, credit, reconcile 1 million transactions in one day, you require a certain size of computer. Now, for you to serve 7.9 million customers, if today we are doing millions of transactions in one day, you need technology to support that kind of expansion. And I'm proud to say that that investment has been made. You're yet to experience the benefits of that investment, but I can tell you that by end of this year, you'll start feeling the improvements in our services. So the current interruptions you're getting in our services is largely because we've expanded and stretched our infrastructure to such an extent that we need to refurbish and change it. And that, we've invested millions of dollars to change our infrastructure. We have committed that we need to lend to at least 600,000 businesses. We need to lend to 600,000 businesses. If I look in this room, probably we're about 500. We are talking about 600,000 businesses. In this room that looks really big is 500. You can imagine what that number looks like. But that's a bold statement we've made. And we're saying that we must create 2 million direct jobs. How are we going to create 2 million direct jobs if we're not able to facilitate you with loans to expand your businesses? So that's a strategy we've set, and those are objectives by 2030. But we're saying how are we going to do it? We're going to do it in about 6 areas. And we said we're going to focus on food and agriculture. And as I speak to you, we have a whole food and agriculture department that is supporting anything food. If you're anywhere in the value chain of food or agriculture, you're processing agriculture, you're exporting, you're importing, you are farming, right from farming inputs all the way. And we've said that 30% of our portfolio should be agriculture. In other words, anybody who is processing agriculture, anything processing, anything planting, anything farming, we've made a commitment to actually serve you. We're talking about trade, manufacturing, trade finance. We're talking about micro SMEs. We've said 65% of our loans should be in the micro space. And we must include 7.9 million people. Now, somebody will say, what is our obsession with SMEs? There is no doubt that SMEs, you are the heartbeat of Uganda's economy. You create jobs, you drive innovation, you transform community, and you're the reason we exist as Equity Bank. And for us to achieve our purpose of transformation, we need you to help us do that. Because you are employing more than 3 million Ugandans, are you aware that Equity Bank for the last 5 years has been sponsoring and supporting 2 top students in every district where we are located? We get the top 2 students after they have finished their Uganda Advanced Certificate Education, UACE. After senior 6, every top 2 students in every district where we are, we get them. What do we do with them? We get them in their holidays. We speak to their parents. We tell them, give us your children. Now, this year, there were 100 of them. We take them for training. We put them in a hotel and take them through training. And once we've trained them, we then send them to our branches to just go and experience what a workplace feels like. We send them, and the branch managers you saw here are the ones who actually train them, because we attach them to each branch. And each of them decides which branch to go to. Many of them, you'll be surprised, very few of them want to stay in Kampala. Most of them want to go up country. We had many of them in Mbarara, some are coming from Kisoro, so they want to go to Kabale branch, they want to go to Ntungamo, they want to go to Lira, they want to go to Gulu, they want to go to Paida, they want to go to Tororo, some are in Mbale. And these young people are trained for 3 months. And when we're training them, we actually pay them a salary. Some of them earn $1 million shillings, by the way, before they even get into university. Now, as they're doing that, we then also train them on how to look for universities. The ones who want to go to local universities, we support them. The ones who want to look for international universities, we also support them to find international universities. Today was a proud day because today four of our students managed to get places in international universities. And those universities, we supported them to actually find the universities. They get full scholarships to these universities. So their parents don't pay anything. But we are working day and night internally to create a bank that makes business easy to do. Because we believe when you grow, we also grow. We believe when your business thrives, we also thrive.